All right, well, let's get started. Thank you everyone for joining this webinar today. Thank you. My name is Tommy Votman from Soliton Systems, and we appreciate you for taking the time to join today. Thank you very much. You know, it looks like we have a international audience today, and thank you for joining from multiple time zones. And I'm in California, and since we're all working from home, you know, I'm doing this webinar just like many people out there from my home office. And we have with us today our mobile video transmission specialist, Aki Abe, who's also streaming live from his home studio in Los Angeles. Hello, Aki.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let's have fun with our crowd view today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Aki. And I'm not sure if you joined our last webinar, but our last webinar was on the topic of streaming live video point-to-point over the 4G and 5G networks. And today's theme is streaming live video into the cloud, and especially for your team or maybe, you know, command center of some sort, and to not only view, but to communicate in real time with people on the ground streaming live video. And whether or not you have a cloud solution today, putting applications in the cloud is now very common business practice. And of course, you know, there are companies and organizations that are reluctant, understandably, to put their data or any application, and in this case, video images that is very likely to be proprietary and confidential information into a public cloud service such as Amazon or Azure. By the way, our cloud service, we work with our Amazon AWS, who, as we know, provides the highest level of security and quality of service as a public cloud provider. So I can say that it's very secure. But for organizations that would like to keep everything on-prem, we also have a perpetual licensing model where companies can build their own private cloud or a hybrid cloud solution using their own hardware and hosting their own cloud service into their own data center. So we're very flexible in that sense and leave it up to the end user to decide whether to go public or private or a hybrid cloud solution. And putting the video streaming application into the cloud enables users to share that video stream with multiple locations and team members. And this is actually very useful for public safety organizations with command centers. You know, for example, police stations that needs to see multiple live video feeds from officers on foot, you know, maybe with body-worn cameras, or maybe it's drones, or firefighters and search and rescue teams who are on foot with body-worn cameras, or, you know, even drones, you know, streaming live video to the control center. And we will show you how to do this in this webinar. And of course, broadcast stations, TV stations, are also streaming video into the cloud so that their communication center can monitor all the video stream feeds from the news reporters on the scene. And the beauty is that these, you know, people on the ground, you know, police officers, firefighters, news reporters can be at multiple locations. They can be anywhere, you know, in the world. And the other beauty is that the receiving side, they can be anywhere too. You know, in fact, they don't need to be at a command center. All they need is a browser to view, because the applications it's in the cloud. So we have a very informative webinar for you today. We have some slides to show, and then Aki is going to take us through a live demo, and then we can open up for questions. So if you have any questions, you know, please post your questions in the QA chat box. I think it's down there somewhere. The Q&A chat box that you see on your screen. But first, you know, in case you're wondering who Soliton Systems is, here's a quick background on how our solutions can create value for companies and organizations where live streaming is a very important requirement. Soliton Systems is a Japanese technology company, and one of the solutions that we specialize is in video codec IP and video transmission technologies. We were first to market on a H.265 video encoder. We were first to market on the world's smallest video encoder. It's as small, it's a little bit bigger than a 2.5-inch hard drive. And actually, we just released the world's first H.265 ultra-low latency video encoder with 35 milliseconds latency. That's right, you heard that right, 35 milliseconds, which is a very exciting topic, and that's going to be our next webinar. All of our encoders are built on the H.265 HEVC engine, and in a moment, we'll have Aki talk about our intelligent encoding that is optimized for commercial LTE, where we provide very stable video streaming, even in the most challenging low bandwidth environments. And our decades of experience in IT security is what makes our technology solutions robust and secure, where we send encrypted video over the network. We have been serving the broadcasting, public safety, mobility markets, and here's some of the use cases. Broadcasting, streaming live events, news, from anywhere to anywhere. And as video professionals, we all know that you get one chance for video streaming. You capture the moment and you stream it live. And you need stable and reliable technology to enable that live streaming. And let me ask you this. What if you don't have stable internet? What if your 4G or 5G network is spotty? What if you're at a stadium with 3,000 other people? Well, we're not doing that quite yet, but what if you are in a stadium with 3,000 people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people, or maybe, even as, 200 people, 300 people who are all using the same 4G, 5G network? Bandwidth is always going to be an issue. Or what if your live streaming disconnects when it gets down to 500 kilobits? If you are covering a live event, or if you are covering a election coverage, or if you are capturing a big news event, reliability is crucial. And this is where our technology comes in. Japanese developed, Japanese made quality technology that you can trust at these very, very crucial moments. Bottom line, we deliver live video streaming at the most challenging network conditions. And our multi-link bonding technology delivers stable video streaming for all of these applications by video professionals, who require reliable solutions. And now I would like to ask Aki to talk us about this intelligent encoding, multi-link technology, bonding technology, and then he will show us a live demo on streaming into the cloud. So go ahead, Aki.
Hi, okay, thank you. Okay, let's talk about the video control over the cell phone network. Okay, on this picture, on the left-hand side, you will see the red box, that's our encoder and camera. As long as you have a HDMI cable or SDI cable attached to our encoder, and that will be able to send. And for the network, we're using for the LTE, that's with SB modem. And so you can attach multiple of one, and we bond them together, send over to the cell phone network, and that go to the internet, and go to the right-hand side, it's our CloudView server will receive our encoder, from the field. And we project that to the web browser, so you can use the web browser to view each of the video. And one-way audio, video, but the audio you can use as a communication tool, and that's two-way. So the other word, people open up our CloudView browser, that person can use a microphone on that computer and talk to the field, the people who with the camera and with our encoder. And let's see next pages. And this is a very overview of our architecture. So left-hand side again, that's on the field. Oh, by the way, we also have a Zao app. It's a smartphone app. It's Android phone or iOS, and with our encoder, and that go through the cell tower and go to the internet web browsers, CloudView server, and that's installing the AWS. Tommy just has mentioned with a very highly security. And then on the right-hand side, you can go up to 6 browser to open up this. So each screen was like, we have the sample here, the 12 screen. So the 12 smartphone and plus, if you have an encoder that can attach to. And thank you. And for the next page, please. So again, I just mentioned that on the left-hand side, a transmission, it go up to 12 channel and go through the crowd view. And also, by the way, the GPS information on the smartphone or our encoder also have a GPS function. So not just a video, audio, that will also project the map for you to know where the field is. And on the right-hand side, which is on the, just using Google, the Chrome browser, and can go up simultaneously, up to six browser can watch it same time. Okay, next please. And this is how it looks like. I can show you later, but here just briefly that this go up to the 12 screen on the right above the picture, and the left on the below. There from each video, you will see in the map. It's kind of small, but I can show it later also. So there's the ping. You will know which video it's sending from, and that shows up on the Google map. Okay, thank you. Next page. And this is also we not just live. After live, we store on the video on demand and with the GPS information. So when you play after event, you can come back to see the record file while you're playing. That's also project where you sending from and by the GPS positioning. And again, if you are moving, your motion is synchronized by your the GPS tracking. So you will see this the blue path is kind of like a GPS, the direction you're moving. Okay, thank you. Next page. Oh, and then that's share my screen so I can show you what's the real the demo looks like. Okay, just bear with me, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So I hope you are watching my screen. This is a Google Chrome, and I have an address here, and I just pre-type my ID and password and login. And this is the first stop is a dashboard. Is tell you the status, what's your CPU, hard disk, and how many picture and video on here. And so far, there's 6 users. And on the left-hand side is live streaming. So this is the major screen we'll talk about. And let me pull out. I have one smartphone app, so I'm trying to connect, and then after connection, you will see the video is shows on this screen, and I also show my encoder, so you will know. By the way, I kind of mute my my transmissions audio because that will get this howling. But okay, so now we got connected, and on the left-hand side here, let me put the full screen. By double-click this one, you will see, and this is our encoder, and I'm sure here. Let me turn on the encoder, and this is a modem, 3 modem, and here that is a HDMI cable to my to my the camcorder. By the way, if you have this kind of action camera, we can attach to our the carrying package. Usually you can attach to the stripe, so that becomes a body worn camera. So system is booted up, and I have pre-record the video on my camera. So I'm going to hit the start button. By the way, it's still detecting my modem. So just bear with me. Okay, 1 modem is detected, and I have 3, so I have to wait until 1, 2, 3 is appeared. But let me go back to my screen here. So you will see right now we have the the Zao app is on the channel 1. Now, if I hit start button, so this video, we send it to the channel 2. So it take a while to come back. Okay. Meanwhile, I also would like to ask our colleague, Tommy, can you connect it to our crowd view as well?
Sure. All right, I'm connected.
So if I click this one to here, you can select the display. So you can make a particular, I'm sorry, this screen and this screen. You can make this 2 screen only, and to make it as a team. So because right now we only have 2 of us, but if you have a multiple up to 12, you based on this screen is a group management. Every user shows up here, you can make your own group. So for the better the operation, you can just select here, then that's the people's connection. You will come to here, and then just like, oh, by the way, when you change the screen, you will refresh the screen. So that's why you only see at the beginning. Anyway, so we have this kind of group.
Maybe you can show the audience, you know, I'm streaming from my app from my home, and maybe you can show our GPS feature.
Oh, okay. So here, let me turn this on so I can talk to the audience. And this one is GPS information. Okay, so these 2, if I click on this one, so you see, let me move here. So here is one is Tommy, and one is the other our staff. So you will know where it's coming from. And by the way, green ping is mean it's online, it's on air. So you will know where he is sending from. So this is good, very good for the multiple people who has you know, the Zao app, so you can know overall where they are sending from, and especially if they are driving. That was also synchronized with the smartphone. When they are driving, you will know which freeway they're heading to. So it's better for your teamwork to do that job. Okay. So yes,
you know, I can see how this is really helpful for maybe like you know, command center who wants to see, right, exactly where their team members are.
Yes. So right now you see the 3 pin. The green one is online, and this is actually myself. I just turned it off, but our crowd view system knows this one is standby, so it's shown on the blue. And if I extend more, actually it's overlapping. You will see the red, which is disconnected. So, but it's the last position, you will know where it's from. Okay, so this is the live streaming, and I will also introduce every event. If the live is ended, and all the event will be recorded here, so you will know after here. By the way, so there's a date and time, and which the name of the device is connected to. And now watching my my mouse cursor. Here is a red pin. This means GPS information is recorded. Sometime outdoor, if become the weather, the GPS is not so good, this probably won't show up. So which is mean you have it recorded, but the GPS information for the weather condition is not recorded. It's very bare, but sometimes it happen. So this is yesterday I recorded, and I just want to show is when I'm walking, and I just want to show that if you walking, and the GPS, the pin on the right hand side here, it also move, right? And also this also audio is available. So let me move it to somewhere interesting here. So this guy, he's fishing. He just caught the turtle, and that's just accidentally. And he just let it go. Right, so it's kind of detailed. If I double click on this one, you will see the full screen. Okay, and you can come back to what's exactly happening on here, right? Go back to the major. So all those video is here. You can delete it later. Yeah, so so it's just like a online storage. Very clear. You have a thumbnail to tell where it's coming from, and you can play afterward. And yeah, so this is very simple. And also the other screen, this you know, how many devices you can manage here, and this show you this group management and user management. You can set up user here. This is mainly for the people who you want to allow to use the browser to view this cloud view. And this is login information for you to track down who is coming in, and also for the setting for the configuration. Overall, you can change your logo and simple coloring, and it tell you the internal information here. Okay, that's very simple. So far, if you have any question, I can answer at right this moment. Tony, do you have any question from?
Yes, yeah, the questions are coming in. Thank you so much. And then keep those questions coming in. There's a few questions regarding the demo.
Yeah.
And, you know, Aki, if you could answer this first one, can I download those recorded files on VOD?
Oh, yes. So one of the, for example, I'm click on my screen here, and this video, as you see, there's a screen, this a download button. You also can put, you know, your comment on here. So if you click this download button, you know, it started to, just like a regular browser, you will download the video. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just playing on my screen. So, and here is the delete button. It's a trash mark. So it's pretty much simple. It's on the storage again. You can view and download, and if you don't like it, you can delete it later. Yes. So let's go back to the presentation.
You know, actually, Aki, there's one more question for the demo.
Yeah.
And then we have some other questions that came in that we'll address a little bit later because they're drone related. But another question for the demo is, when all the live videos are connected, how do you know who is speaking while all of them are speaking simultaneously?
Oh, okay. So from here, actually, it's quite difficult if you all the together people that speak at the same time, and that's why for this select the
maybe could you share your screen again?
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, forgot to turn it on again. So this is again is a live the screen. So if everybody talk the same time, it's really hard because you know, you are able to speak at the same time. However, if you want the particular people and the group among the people, that's why we have the group management, or you can manually add, for example, this screen and select with this particular 3 screen and come to here, selection screen function, click on that. So this is 3, you can divide it, and other people is not selected, you won't hear the conversation here. So it's based on the operation open up this browser, and you can pinpoint, select who you want to talk to. Yes. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. And then you know, if it doesn't, yes, we can talk offline. But yeah, maybe Aki, if you could go back to the use case presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So please turn on the, yeah, okay. So that's the very brief, the live the demo. And the use case for this one is, you know, we can use this because it's good for multiple people use the same operation. So it's very good for this case, like, you know, you have maintain the power line or the power, the power port. So for example, we can use our encoder on the right-hand side. You can attach to the drones or the controller. So they usually have a HDMI video output. So you use the HDMI cable attached to that our encoder. So that can be, you know, streamed into the one of our screen of the 12. And at the other end, other worker, they can just simply have Android phone or iPhone installed the software. So this is very good for briefing, talking about what you're going to do. And from the browser side, you can communicate with your worker, you know, and especially that's you give the direction, instruction for the team. And on the bottom, yeah, so that's your operator. And also not operator, but more like a monitoring in case if there's something you make maybe you had to make a very important decision. For example, on the field always is a worker or rookie and without a very high experiment. But the people who has experiment, you don't have to be the outfield, but you can just using the browser from anywhere, you can give your advice. Okay, and this next page, please. So this is a two-way communication. So on the left-hand side is the transmission side. Totally, we have a 12 screen and go to the crowd view. And on the browser, again, you can go up to 6 browser. So it based on, you can set up the user, whether it's a manager type of the user account or just the viewing, it's a user account. So you can divide it and simultaneously go up totally 6 browsers. Okay, so the video is one way and audio is a two-way. Next page, please. So yeah, again, it's very simple. Based on the user you registered, and you can based on your operation, you can divide it. Like just like your company's department, you can group them up. So everybody open up the browser. They can very soon, for example, I want to talk to a group A people only. You click that one, and you don't have your own people over there. Next, please. And so this, we talk about the drone usage, but like I just show on the live, you know, the GoPro type, usually you also have a very small HDMI port. So you're using that port attached to our encoder. And by the way, on the left-hand side is our carrying bag. So you can put on your shoulder, and in front, you just attach the GoPro type on the stripe. So it's hand-free, you can walk around. And also we have a Zao app. So, and yeah, so this is one of the usage sample. Next page, please. And this is our Zao app. So basically, most importantly, it's very simple, just like a regular, you know, one of the Zao application. So the red button is to start the transmission. And when you want to stop the transmission, you hit here again. Yeah, so importantly, in the middle, it will show you which crowd view name preset, and you can connect to. And that is for the Android phone. OS is about the Android OS 6 or above, and iPhone will be iPhone 8 or above. And all the transmission is encrypted, so it's concerning is very safe to our CloudView server. And next, please. Oh, overall, that's my my portion. And rest of that, I want to get back to the Tommy. Thank you very much. And I can answer the question anytime. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Aki. And then, yes, these questions are coming in. So let me address those. The first question, I'll take this one, and Aki-san, maybe please chime in. The question is, it's related to VMS. How does the video transmission from a drone to VMS, how does that work? And then, how does passing information, such as, brochures or videos? So yeah, let me start. So yes, we do work with various VMS platforms. We're technology partners with Milestone and also Motorola Solutions, Avigilon. And actually, we're going to be doing a VMS specific webinar soon. So yeah, I'd like to invite you to this webinar. And then, yes, we have lots of materials we can send to you. So we can talk offline. We have brochures, we have videos. We can give you some demo environment for Milestone that you can play with too. Aki-san, anything else you would like to add for VMS?
Oh, yeah, so it's very simple, similar to our CloudView. So at the same time, it's the same thing is that we have a ZAO app, so they can send it to our server, and then we pass through to the video management system. And that, like today's CloudView, we send those applications once to the cloud in front, and we receive decoded. Then we pass through that to the AWS server, and that's how you see pretty much on the similar to our user interface. Each video management is a different looks of the user interface, but in the backend, we decoded it and pass through that video stream to the each of the video management system. It's pretty much in the backend, it's the same.
Thank you. Yes. And we have another VMS related question. I'll take this one. The question is, do you integrate with Genetic? And the answer is yes, we do. And in fact, we can work with any, video management, software platform. We are technology partners with Milestone and also with Motorola Solutions, Avigilon. But yes, we can work with any VMS partner. Okay, this next question is for you, Aki.
Okay.
And the question is, what is your recommended browser for that CloudView?
Oh, by the way, all that you see, all the video, audio, it's working based on the protocol called WebRTC. So WebRTC is the best compatible with Google Chrome. So we require you using the Google Chrome. Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Oh, here's another question. Let me start this one, and Aki, you can please chime in. The question is, how secure is your cloud solution? And good question, because security is very important, right? And then like I said in the beginning, we partner with AWS, Amazon Web Services. So I can say that it's very, very secure. I mean, obviously, we're working with the tier 1. We're not working with these tier 2, tier 3, cloud service providers. But again, like I said in the beginning, if security is a concern, we have a on-prem solution where you can build out your own cloud, contract with your own cloud provider, whether it's, Azure or AWS or IBM Cloud or anyone really. So we have that solution too. And then in that scenario, we provide the cloud receiver perpetual license, and then you can get, we have a hardware recommended hardware spec that you can build out your cloud solution. So Aki, anything to add to that?
Yeah, so before go to the cloud from our encoder or our ZAO app, we using the AES and 256-bit the encryption. So it's concerning, it's American standard encryption technology. So it concerning very safe. And after going to the cloud, as you see, our cloud is SSL secure. So that's also just like a regular internet security, browser security. So that's my comment.
Great, thank you. Another question for you, Aki. This is a drone question. How does the transmitter communicate or connect with the drone?
Oh, okay. So the drone at this moment, especially if you find the drone on the air, most of the now today's technology, they're using Wi-Fi similar signal. So the video camera send that signal to the drone controller. Controller is just like like a RC, those flying objects, the controller, but they have usually they have like a touch screen type, just like an iPad or tablet type. So you can see what's you see from the air. And also they have HDMI video output. So we're using that video output attached with the HDMI cable and bring that to our encoder. So so again, from camera to the controller, it's most likely it's like a Wi-Fi like the signal they're using. And after their controller, they have a HDMI video output. So we take that the video from HDMI port and bring to our encoder. So that's my question.
Great.
My answer, yes.
Thank you. So looks like we got two more questions. And then Aki, this one's for you. It's another drone question. And yes, drones, we're getting a lot of requirements for drones because they fit right into this, mobile video application for that streaming into the cloud. But, the question is, Aki, does it work with any drone manufacturer?
Oh, any. It's not saying any. Like I say, if they are have a video output on the port, whether it's on their controller, or if they receive by the PC like the software. So PC computer has an HDMI video output. So we can use that HDMI video output and attach to our encoder. So signal wise, that would be the popular that either using 720p or 1080p. That's for the resolution. Other than that, I think pretty much that's standard. So it's quite easy to attach with our encoder system.
Thank you. Yes. And then maybe to add to that, then yes, we're very agnostic. So yes, as long as there's connectivity, we can work with any drone manufacturer. So the last question, and this one I'll take, what is your pricing? So yes, thank you. Very, very good question, but so it's, we have different, pricing models with depending on the customer's requirements. And, we're happy to provide details. It's a little bit difficult to throw out just pricing because, every requirement's very different. In terms of just on the call today, we talked about encoder. There's also a mobile app. And then today our focus was for cloud. And on the cloud side, we have a, licensing model that, you can go on a month to month basis, which is, it's an annual subscription. So it's a subscription model. But, today we're focused on the cloud, but we also have a point-to-point solution. So we have a 1-channel receiver, 4-channel receiver. So there's many, many different options depending on what the requirement is. So it's, it's a little difficult to say, okay, here's our pricing, but we're happy to, engage on, depending on your requirements and project. And yes, we're very happy to, provide that pricing. And then just to let you know, we have different pricing models too. There's companies who require a CapEx model. They want to acquire, all the equipment. There's also organizations whose operates on a OpEx model, who goes on a, monthly operating expense. So, there's different ways. And we also have a rental program too for the US market, where we ship a encoder, with the cloud solution, with these modems, that's, turnkey, ready to go. So there's many different models that we can help you with. But, looks like we have one more question here that just came in. And Aki, this one's for you. To be able to transmit the video of the drone to a VMS like Milestone, what are the requirements, for transmitter and for drone, and what other items should they consider?
Pretty much simple. It's the very basic that our encoder work with, the LTE USB port. So first of all, you have to prepare the USB modem, right, and attach to our encoder. And for our encoder, we will set up the media gateway for you, so that receive our video feed and the transcode and pass through to your video management system. So pretty much that's it. So for what you have to prepare, pretty much will be the SIM card for the USB modem, right? And of course our encoder and an HDMI cable to attach with your drone controller. That's it. And so we know where to send. And again, that the resolution will be 1080p or 720p. So that's you just have to change that setting on your drone controller. So quite simple. Yes.
Got it. Thank you very much. And then just to add one more thing, our modem is external modems. So we can connect up to 4 external modems, and this is our strategy, because you can take our encoder really anywhere in the world, and in the USA you would hook it up to 3 modems. Maybe it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. You take this to Mexico, you can hook it up to the the local modems. So we employ a external modem strategy so that you can take this unit anywhere in the world. So. Yeah.
Tommy, go back to the question. I want to add is this probably can show that this is our encoder, right? And here there's a phone jack. So just like a regular stereo phone jack, you can attach to. So the browser is a microphone. So yeah.
Are you going to share your screen?
Oh no. Just showing on my Can you see here?
Okay, here we
my
go.
camera. Okay,
yeah.
Here. So here is just on the top of the encoder. Here's a earphone jack. So you put this earphone to your ear, and the cameras, the microphone, will attach to this encoder. If that's a drone, maybe you need the switcher to attach with that HDMI, the hardware switcher. Maybe you need it if you want to talk to the drone operator. Yes. So basically, just add on to explain how do you connect it to our system. Yes.
Great. Thank you. So yeah, that's all the questions that we had. And, thank you everyone for joining us today. And, we hope this was useful for your current project, and hopefully helpful in asking the right questions for your next live video streaming project. And today's topic was streaming into the cloud, but like I mentioned, we have a point-to-point solution as well. And here's our contact info. So please feel free to reach out to us with any questions. We're happy to address them. Or if you have any questions on your current streaming video streaming architecture, or if you want a second opinion, or even, just bounce some ideas and thoughts around streaming, give us a call. We love to discuss technology, and more important, we love to find solutions, for your challenges. So just want to let you know, Soliton Systems is here to provide live video streaming solutions. So please keep us in mind for your next project and where you require stable quality video streaming, again, in the most challenging network areas, or into the cloud or point to point. So, I'll end with this announcement for our next webinar. Please join us on July 28th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this one is on the topic of the ultra-low latency that I mentioned in the beginning. This is our 35 milliseconds ultra-low latency video encoding technology for teleoperation applications. This is actually a very exciting topic that opens up, new applications, new possibilities, for example, driving autonomous cars remotely, or, providing near real-time surveillance applications, or, controlling robots, delivery robots remotely, or, coming up with new 5G applications, so it's a very, very exciting topic. And then, just on a side note, we have some special offers for July too. So give us a call and, let's really talk about the solutions. So once again, Aki and myself would like to thank you for joining. Please stay safe out there, and then we'll see you soon. We'll see you at the next webinar. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the attending. Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.